right, we thank you so very much for staying with us. This is still Good Morning Nigeria on the network service of the NTA. Let's now see what's buzzing on the front pages this morning. It's time for newspaper review.
Now, this newspaper reviewer, Chukudi Okolubaja, is in the studio. Chuks, good morning.
Good morning, Jumai. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Victor?
Good morning.
You too, how are you doing?
Well, I'm fine.
You always have the privilege of being paired up with her. Aren't you lucky?
Thank God you say it's a privilege.
What a privilege.
Okay, let's quickly go to the papers, Mr. Chooks. I have the Blueprint newspaper with me. And in the Blueprint newspaper, above the masthead, NOA deploys 4,000 staff for nationwide campaign on flood and security. Find the details on page 7. And below the masthead, 2027, PDP not wooing Jonathan Obi or Logunagba. That is the details on page 6. Airport Ross comfort Emerson Kwam1 off the hook. Find the details on page 19. And in sports, Afro Basket, the Tigers outclassed Madagascar 77-59 in Group B opener. Details on page 32. And the side piece of the picture story, 27 states FCT assessed 78.6 billion naira UBEC matching fund mid-2025. That's coming from the Minister of Education, Alausa. And below the picture story, FG holds establishment of new tertiary institutions for 7 years. With riders, says 199 varsities got less than 100 JAMB applicants. 34 had 0 last year, and 295 polytechnics with less than 99 COEs record poor enrollments. And the headlines, FEC approves 493 billion naira for Kano Katsina Road Carter Bridge, with a rider, OK's 13 billion naira and $34 million transmission transformer upgrades. At the bottom, don't allow contracts without approval, MDS warned. Armed forces critical to big tax revenue, that's coming from FRS chair. Details on page 19. And Shippers Council boss Akuta hails Tinubu's love for Benue. And Ararumi NMPCL wins appeal, escapes 5 billion naira damages. Victor?
All right, Juma, thank you. I have the leadership here with me. And just above the nameplate, I am still in pain, freed Ibom Air passenger Emanson says. K1's ban reduced, Emanson released after Keyamu's intervention. Freed lady offered 500,000 naira job. That story is on page 7. And just beside it, Tinubu names Odion Rabiu as FCCPC executive commissioners. That's on page 19. And below the nameplate, peace sustained in Niger Delta by armed forces helped us meet revenue target. That's according to the FIRS. And what seems like the main story here, reactions as Tinubu orders review of revenue retention by NNPCL, others. That story is on page 4. Directs reassessment of oil companies' 30% management fee, 30% frontier exploration deductions. And the picture story details the release of Comfort Emanson from the Kirikiri Correctional Center. Amidst this tiny strip just above the main story, 1,500 escaped inmates recaptured in 15 years. Over 7,200 still at large. That story is on page 4. Wonder where they are. And just to the right, the blocks on the left, rather, we must keep animals in ranches to end farmer-herder clashes. That's according to the CDS, page 6. FG stops establishment of new varsities orders, page 6. PDP demands 100% loyalty, warns against anti-party activities, page 23. And finally, JAMB to screen over 500 underage candidates September. That story is on page 8. FG tightens control over 2025 capital budget spending is on page 25. Chukwudi.
Why did you almost bite the last one? Anyhow, let me start on a very welcome note. The peace that has been sustained in the Niger Delta has helped our revenue generation. Who doesn't like peace? I keep on remembering that wonderful man, Yaradua, President Yaradua. You know that the amnesty thing was his initiative, really. Yes. Good luck, Jonathan. Only started and continued what is,
predecessor.
His predecessor, initiated. So we keep on saying that it's better to Jojo than to war. Let's pray that more revenue will come. And the Niger Delta people will get a fair deal because of the environmental hazards that happen in that area. It is a telling blow to them. Even the flaring of gases is not helping matters there. Anyway, we go to the rather contentious one. That's the Kwam issue, as well as that of Comfort Emerson. I think somebody put on their thinking cap and decided that the mess looming is not one we want to be part of. Let me just say, good action has been taken over that matter. Because after listening to all of them, I wasn't there. I started seeing where this person maybe should have done this person maybe should have done that. And when the NBA waded in, I thought it was going to become battle royal. Those are things you don't want to remove your attention to real matters that confront the nation, But the most important thing is that proper behavior is enlisted in public places so that the furor we experienced would not have arisen in the first place. There are things that should not happen. But then even when those things that should not happen, management of it is also very important. Because whether you like it or not, humans will err from time to time. Yes. There's this one on NOA campaigning on floods and security. And you want to ask, are they doing it in boats and their canoes? Because I always say that the best thing to do is to do these things well ahead of when the rains come. Let's not enlist energy because the Oba's job is happening today. You have to energize yourself well ahead of the assignment you're carrying out for the monarch. I'm trying in a very weak way.
They should have started
yes.
The moment the prediction, the NIMET prediction was out, and that was I think in February. I think that was when they showed. But the NIMET
prediction is a seasonal geographical phenomenon.
Yes.
Attitude is the first prediction. Stop throwing that pure water sachet you used into the gutter. Stop blocking the drains. Stop building houses on the path of water. Because the elements will always claim their space whether you like it or not. It could take them 100 years.
You left one.
What did I leave?
Stop giving approvals in the wrong places.
Yeah, but that's true. That's even
because those,
more questionable.
Most of them were given approval.
I agree with you totally. So it's a good thing we are talking now. But
water will always find its parts. If you sell the land that is on the water part, if the water comes, of course,
you can't stop natural phenomena. Whether you're talking the wind, the sun, or water, they will find their own course. So you better plan them into your life and make sure you escape the ravages that might come from their happening negatively.
I lived on the riverbank in Maiduguri. That's
riverbank.
Yes, we have a river.
Dear Jumai, how did you cope with mosquitoes?
When the water is coming, it's like the uproar when the sound when the water is coming scares me.
Of course,
even as a child then.
It's worse than the roar of a lion.
Yes, the roar. It would roar. You can feel it.
You hear it. and they feel that calamity is on its way.
And that was one of the areas that was most devastated with the Maiduguri flood.
Yeah.
That
The roar
yes.
is actually a function of the volume that is coming.
That is coming,
That's how it happens. It's really unfortunate, that these things...
And Chugodi, what do you say to FG stops establishment of new varsities?
There's something my people say, leg full ground, but waka no day. I'm not attacking standard of education again. But yes, the other day I said, I don't hear them quote Shakespeare the way we used to in those days.
Nah.
They don't parade knowledge the way we did. You're speaking so come on, in your pocket. But the point is this: what is the quality coming from all the mushroom universities you're setting up? I think I side in with the federal government. People are saying the more the merrier, the more the opportunities and all that. Fine. They don't exhaust the admission quota in any of these sessions. So maybe they are outstripping the need. So it's not need really in this case. We are talking, and I'm one of those who tell you, these days, we were so excited. I took a hot 2-1 from Uniben. And so what? These days, I'm asking you, what skills have you given that young man? Paper qualification, good though. But you now need to help people get into things that will fetch them a livelihood immediately. Yeah. Academics has its limitations. So let's learn to think broadly about what a man or woman needs to grow. Then the rush to acquire tertiary education and all that might begin to experience some moderation. That is my own opinion about it.
Okay, yes. Chukudi.
I think we should let you
Go.
Just so that you have some tea and set off to a great day. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good morning, Nigeria. We'll be back after this break. Please stay with us.